older, whether it's from natural or not natural causes, we start to forget things. And even though I'm in my mid 50s and frankly, I forget things. But the president of the United States does not have that luxury, not when they have the finger on that nuclear football. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Friday edition of the Rant Network. I am David Solomon. He is Stuart Brisgell. Let us dive today into this wonderfully raw, unfiltered issue. We're going to talk about memory. And as long as we can remember what we're talking about, we should be good today. Because this is covering the news in the United States like you cannot imagine. So we're going to walk away from pop culture and a few other things, and we're going to focus on the potential damage this is going to have over the next few months. So today's absurdity will be Joe B, baby. Him and his mafia family and his memory. So sit back and relax as we dive into today's topic here at the Rant Network. So I started off, by saying, oh wait, I forgot. Wait. Now imagine if this was, the leader of a company. The leader of a company, the principal of a school, head of a medical facility, forgetting things at a certain age is the natural order. And as we live longer, this is going to be the norm. But there are certain positions, and I just listed a couple where if memory was a problem, we would seriously, uncomfortably ask that person to step aside. Well, yesterday, Joe Biden, his memory issues became the hottest topic when it came up to those documents that were sitting in his garage unattended, that he has kept since he's been a senator. He has broken the law. And they said it's about memory. Stuart, I'm punting it to you.
Oh, let me try and gather my thoughts. Robert in Montreal, no, you're David. I sound like a fool. Even the CNN reporter, the NBC reporters have now been unleashed as if someone in the Democratic Party has said you're authorized to be a hatchet journalist. Why am I saying that? President Joe Biden has had the same senility posturing for the last 3 years, and it has progressively, acceleratedly gotten worse, but this is not new or news. The difference today is it made a government document that was released several hours before the actual speech. And if you saw the speech, you would likely be perplexed. Why would you be perplexed? Because we all know Joe Biden is sharper in the morning than he is in the afternoon. And this was the evening. It was close to his chamomile tea and his snuggling up with one of his dogs, the one that bit the other Secret Service agent. And why am I bringing up the dog that bit the Secret Service agent? Is because Joe doesn't remember. Joe doesn't know who's the president of Egypt or the president of Mexico. He doesn't know if JFK is alive or he's looking at his bust and having a good conversation with him. Joe doesn't know. And that is the key behind the biggest Manchurian candidate that has ever existed in the United States.
Stuart, let me ask you a question, and I know I'm cutting you off here, but because you brought up a point.
Only 4 minutes and 30 seconds in. You're cutting me.
No, but wait, hold on. I want to ask you a question.
I'll forget about that in a moment.
Are we not being too tough on Joe?
No.
There are like 200 world leaders.
No.
Can you remember them all?
No. You know what? When you're talking about October 6th, October 7th. Oh, no, October 8th, and then not knowing when you were vice president and that in the total of 2 days giving a 5-hour long interview. David, 5-hour long interview over 2 days. Okay. I can't remember when I'm vice president. I don't remember the year my son passed away. You cannot recall who's president of what country. And we're not talking about bum tickle country. We're talking Mexico, the second largest trading partner to the United States, second to Canada. You know, David, it's like me forgetting your name, who I've known for 35 years, 40 years. It's difficult for the world to comprehend that we have had an invertebrate in the office where we made fun of Ronald Reagan. Oh, Nancy, I can't recall. And Nancy was the one who was the memory. And we applaud these first ladies. But at this point, Jill Biden has got to come to the realization that she is actually abusing her husband. The world is. He doesn't know what's coming or going. And if you saw the few minutes that he spoke and his reactions, he looked like a bewildered, old, bitter man. And I got to be honest with you, it was cruel and unusual to watch the actual ripping of this man in this way in that building. It is a sacred place. This is the first line of questions that this president has ever having to take that was not a scripted, pre-written softball. And that CNN reporter, surprisingly, followed up a Peter Doocy question. Like a bunch of piranhas they wouldn't want to let go. And I got to tell you, I was utterly amazed watching this live on TV because for 45 minutes, the world had no idea what this guy was going to do. Was he going to step aside? Probably the best decision he could make, the worst for the United States, because you know what we get when he steps down. I pray to God that Joe Biden can survive to November because I don't want Kamala Harris. The world is shaking.
Look, Stuart,
the world is frightened.
Yeah, no.
You talked about the football. Who is actually going to direct the person to file a defense? You have the chief of military who's going MIA for 3 days, right? But the president wouldn't remember where he was anyways. Well, who is calling the shots in the White House, David?
Well, Stuart, I'm blessed by having both my parents and both my in-laws, and I have seen, not just with them, but many of their friends and their entourage, what aging will do to an individual. I'm not saying in general, but I'm saying to an individual. And as you get older, patience disappears, memory starts to go. There's a lot of things that happen. It's natural. What the President of the United States did yesterday at his press conference was irresponsible, and he sounded like one of those seniors that you hear, losing their mind.
He was reckless.
When he was asked about his memory by Peter Doocy, he goes, "My memory is so bad I let you speak." And it's like, that's a bitter old man talking. When he blames the memory mishaps on the special counsel, that's a bitter old man talking. When he stands there and says, "I'm the most qualified person in the country to be president," you have essentially nullified every member of the Democratic Party, let alone the Republican, because who cares about them? But you basically the whole country. There's nobody better than me. So go away, Kamala. Go away, Gavin Newsom. Go away, Kathy Hochul. Go away, all you people, because I'm the most qualified person in the country.
That in the world. In the world.
Well, he wrote in the country. And then he goes, like we said, he didn't remember when he was president, while he was vice president. When the special counsel gives him a mulligan again, It's a
I don't
memory
think that was
lapse
a mulligan,
about the
David. That
classified
wasn't a
documents.
mulligan. I don't agree with you.
No,
That was
I
not a
think
mulligan. That was deciding
I think
who was
no, but
going
the
to run
signal,
for the United
but late,
States
but
presidency.
right. What I was trying to get at, Stuart, and that's what I was trying to get at, was what they tried to do is play politics. Okay, they wanted Joe Biden at the helm, and they just made up excuses. Anybody else? I mean, a low-level staffers have gone to jail for lesser crimes. He took documents when he was a senator. He took documents as a vice president apparently about Ukraine and China, and they're sitting in his garage. And to sit here and to tell me that that's a memory lapse, you're telling me since he was a senator. So we're going back how many years now? 16 plus years as a senator? You're telling me back when he was 64, 62, 60, he had memory issues? No wonder Nikki Haley wants a mental competency test for Joe Biden. It's no wonder that Trump is losing his mind going, hey, why are you dropping charges for him and not for me? It's incredible what's been going on. And yesterday's press conference, I got to tell you, it's embarrassing.
Did you watch it?
There's no wonder. No, I didn't watch it last night.
wow.
I caught
Okay.
snippets of it. And I got to tell Stuart, hold on. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let's not bore our viewers and listeners with the details. They got it. They essentially got it. A well-dressed older gentleman is standing at the front of the room, surrounded by people. He took random questions instead of his usual pre-selected questions, because and this has been the trend with Joe Biden. This isn't new. He can't answer a random question. He can't talk off the cuff. We've seen this. This is years. The man's denied his physical ability. And God knows if it's Jill Biden running running the government, like Nancy ran for Ronald Reagan.
Yeah,
we don't know who the heck
David,
is going on.
you don't understand the complexity of what just happened.
Oh, I don't understand.
No,
I love when you
David,
tell me I don't understand.
The
Please
White House, no,
can
David,
you please insult me further, Stuart? Go ahead. Go ahead.
The White House has spoken. It seems like they have been urging the Bidens to step aside, and the Bidens were refusing to step aside. And I think it just came down to they are now being forced to step aside. If this man is on the ballot, we got a bigger problem.
Stuart, there is no chance that Mafia Joe is going to step aside. He's head of the clan. He is head of he's the Don. He is whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to use every bloody statement I can because he is running. He is like a mafia leader. Okay. And what he accuses Donald Trump, he's done. He is not going to concede power. He wants a two-term presidency. He wants to prove he's not Jimmy Carter. He wants to prove he's as good as Obama. And you know what? I don't care what Robert Herr's report was on the handling of the documents, who was the special counsel. Bottom line is Joe Biden will fight tooth and nail, and no one can take him out. You know what? No one is going to take him out.
David,
he will step aside on his own.
I'm going to wrap this up, and I'm going to tell you, I think you're wrong. And I'm going to put in our magic dollar betting fashion, I'm putting the whole dollar that Biden name is going to be taken off that ballot.
I didn't say that. Listen, Stuart.
Whole dollar.
Stuart, okay, you know what? I got to tell you, and this is a whole other rant, but if he does step aside in, let's say, August or September, then he's the threat to democracy because he let all the balloting go by. You know, Marianne Wilson, by the way, withdrew, this week and went like almost not even spoken. Okay. She didn't get a fair chance because the Democrats, we saw this with Hillary. We saw this with Joe Biden. They want to coronate their own leaders. And here we go again. This is what's going to be. So if you're going to use memory as his excuse and you're going to want to handpick your own candidate, my bet is if Biden's off the ballot, it'll happen in August or September.
I don't disagree, but I'm telling you, he's not on the ballot. Are you taking over, under, or You're
I'm telling you that he is on the ballot. I'll just for the
all
sake
right.
of $1 Canadian, because it's only worth 74 cents US. Guys, thanks for tuning in today to the Rant Network today. I don't know if you got anything out of this dialogue, but that's for sure. We do this every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, noon Eastern. That's when we broadcast, folks. We are unedited. We are unfiltered. We just talk as we don't even bother like every other podcast like to do. Tweak, edit, clean up. Nope, what you see is what you get. So just share with our thoughts with other folks on social media. Subscribe. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, people. It's really important for us that you subscribe, share your perspectives, add your comments. We take them all. We generally appreciate all your feedback. And until next time, Stuart, let's say goodbye.
I want you to say Happy Pizza Day because today's National Pizza Day.
National Pizza Day. What's your favorite pizza?
Margarita.
Okay. I like vegetarian with pineapple. I'm a nutcase. What can I tell you?
All right.
And on that lovely,
And that
take care. Cheers, everyone.